I thought I had it all. A loving girlfriend, Sarah, who I'd been with for 5 years. A solid group of friends I'd known since high school. We were inseparable, a tight-knit family. Life was perfect, or so I believed. The first crack in this perfect picture appeared on a Tuesday. I had planned a surprise for Sarah. I'd gotten a promotion at work, a big one, and I wanted to celebrate by taking her to that fancy Italian place she always talked about. I left work early, flowers in hand, buzzing with excitement. I called her, but it went straight to voicemail. Strange, but she was probably busy. I texted her, got a huge surprise for you. Meet me at home, ASAP. No reply. I got home, and her car wasn't there. A little knot of unease started to form in my stomach. I decided to wait, thinking she was just running late. An hour passed. Then, too, the flowers started to wilt, and so did my good mood. I started calling my friends. First, Mark. Hey man, have you seen Sarah? He sounded hesitant. No, dude, haven't heard from her? Maybe she's with her sister. I called her sister. Nope, she hadn't seen her all day. I called my other best friend, Kevin. His response was almost identical to Mark's. Sorry man, no idea. Hope everything's okay. There was something off about their voices. A strange, nervous energy I couldn't quite place. By 9 p.m., I was officially worried. I decided to use the Find My Phone app. I know, it's an invasion of privacy, but my mind was racing with worst-case scenarios. I opened the app, my heart pounding. Her phone's location pinged. It was at a hotel. A cheap, sleazy motel on the other side of town. The kind of place you go when you don't want to be found. My blood ran cold. I told myself there had to be a logical explanation. Maybe her car broke down and she was waiting for a tow truck. Maybe her phone was stolen. I drove to the motel, my knuckles white on the steering wheel. I pulled into the parking lot, and that's when I saw it. Her car. And parked right next to it was another car I recognized instantly. It was Mark's. My world shattered. It wasn't just Sarah. It was Mark, my best friend. The guy who was supposed to be my best man one day. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I sat in my car for what felt like an eternity, just staring at their cars, the pieces of my life rearranging themselves into a horrifying new picture. Betrayal doesn't even begin to cover it. This was a stab in the back, the front, and everywhere in between. I didn't confront them. What was the point? I drove home in a daze, threw the now-dead flowers in the trash, and just sat on the couch in the dark. The silence of the apartment was deafening. Every picture of us, every little trinket she'd left her own, felt like a mockery. The next morning, Sarah waltzed in. All smiles. Hey babe. Sorry, my phone died, and I stayed at my sister's. We had a girls' night. The lie was so effortless. So casual it made me sick. I just looked at her and said, we're done. The confusion on her face was almost comical. She tried to argue, to play the victim, but I was already gone. I packed a bag and left. The next day, I confronted Mark. He didn't even have the decency to look ashamed. He just shrugged. It just happened. Man. Kevin, my other so-called friend, admitted he knew all along. They'd been covering for them for months. My entire support system was a house of cards, and it had just collapsed. That's when the anger set in, a cold, calculating rage. They thought they could destroy my life and just walk away. Oh no. I wasn't going to let that happen. Revenge wasn't just a desire. It became a necessity. It was time to show them what happens when you cross someone who has nothing left to lose. My revenge started small. Subtle. Mark was a freelance graphic designer, very proud of his elite client list. I knew he was terrible with deadlines and often cut corners. I created a few anonymous online profiles and started leaving detailed, believable negative reviews on every platform I could find. I highlighted his missed deadlines, his lack of communication, his recycled designs. I even tipped off one of his biggest clients about a cheaper, more reliable designer, a real one, who I knew would do a better job. Within a month, Mark's business was tanking. He was losing clients left and right, his 5-star rating plummeting to a dismal 2. He started calling me, complaining, but I just played dumb. That's rough, buddy. Hope it works out. Next was Kevin. His weakness was his ego. He worked in sales and was always bragging about being the top performer at his company, on track for a big promotion. He had a habit of exaggerating his numbers and taking credit for team efforts. I knew this because he'd bragged to me about it. I spent a weekend gathering evidence, old emails AD forwarded me, screenshots of team chats. I compiled it all into a neat, anonymous email and sent it straight to his boss in HR department. The email detailed exactly how Kevin had been inflating his performance metrics. I didn't have to wait long. 2 weeks later, I heard through the grapevine that Kevin wasn't just passed over for the promotion. He was fired for unethical conduct. Finally, there was Sarah. This was the one I'd been planning the most carefully. She had just started a new job as a social media manager for a local luxury brand. Her entire job was about maintaining a perfect public image. She loved portraying herself as this sweet, wholesome, girl next door type online. It was a complete sham. I waited for the company's annual charity gala, a huge, high-profile event. I knew she'd be there, managing the live social media feed. This is where it gets good. A few months prior, back when we were happy, she had recorded a video of herself. In it, she was drunk and went on a long, profanity-laced rant about how much she secretly disliked her boring hometown and couldn't wait to move to a real city. It was nasty, elitist, and completely at odds with the local loving brand she now represented. I still had the video. On the night of the gala, as she was live-tweeting about community spirit and local pride, I released the video. I didn't just post it. I sent it to every local news blogger, every city gossip page, and tagged her company in every post. The video went viral in our city almost instantly. The hypocrisy was just too juicy. Her phone blew up. The company's social media was flooded with angry comments. By the next morning, the brand had issued a public statement. They had parted ways with their social media manager, effective immediately. Sarah was not only fired but also became a local pariah overnight. Was it harsh? Absolutely. Do I regret it? Not for a second. They didn't just cheat on me. They colluded. They lied. And they tried to make me feel like I was crazy. They destroyed the world I had built. So, I destroyed theirs. Sometimes, the only way to get over a fire is to pour gasoline on it and watch your enemies burn in the blaze. They chose to light the match. I just fanned the flames. They messed with the wrong person, and they paid the price. All of them. All of them. My life is much quieter now, and I'm rebuilding it from the ground up, on my own terms. And honestly, I've never felt more powerful. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've been through something similar, know that you're not alone, and your best revenge is building a better life. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.